Here's a scenario. You have company A and you have company B. Let's say we start with company A. You're with me, I own company A for about $100,000 a month, and let's say you're the hottest thing since sliced bread. You're one of the best employees that a person like myself can possibly employ. I start you off at $100,000 a month. We work together for about a year and a half. Now company B comes calling and he or she says, hey, we can offer you a lot more money and give you a lot more opportunity. But with me, you're right here. There's no growth, there's no opportunities, except for the fact that, again, I could pay you maybe a little bit more, maybe cap you off at $300,000 a month. But company B comes calling and they say, I can do a lot more. I can give you 1.5 and we can work our way up from there. Now, obviously the easiest choice to make is that you go from company A to company B. In the normal world, in a normal setting, you file your letter of resignation. Your manager, in this case myself, will approve it. Best of luck to you. God bless in your future opportunities, and I hope everything works out well. That's how it is in the normal world for people like you and myself. Now, you go to company B, and let's say, for example, I come to you and say, I'll let you go, but maybe in the future you come back and you work for me again. And the guy, let's say, for example, you say, great, no problem. Let's say 1 year from now, I'll come back, work for you guys for about 3 months. Perfect. No problem there. That sounds like a pretty good deal. I'll take it. The year goes by, you come back to me and say, hey, you remember that I remember we had this deal that I would come back and work for you for about a couple of months. I say, okay, cool, let's do it. But I need you for an entire year. Now, company B comes calling and then they say, well, we just upped our offer. We're gonna give you $2.1 million now in a month. And the best I can do, I come to you and say, hey, I want you to come back and work for me for $420,000 a month. I think the answer is pretty much obvious here, and we're gonna talk about it right now. So it's been making headlines. A lot of you, I'm pretty sure, have been aware the whole Kiefer Ravena situation between the Japanese B League and the PBA. Homer Sison wrote a terrific article on Spin.ph that I thought really hit home. It's probably what we would all want Kiefer to do, because the problem that we have with PBA contracts is this. Now, or the one that we know now that has come to light, it's pretty damning to say the least. For Kiefer Ravena, if he ever declines to play again for the NLX Road Warriors to the tune of just $420,000 a month, which is considerable money. If you're talking about living in the Philippines, it's still a lot of money. He will be banned from the Philippine Basketball Association for 5 years if he chooses not to pursue that contract. But if I'm Kiefer Ravena, just me, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but just me here, if I was in this position, I know the Japanese B League is coming to say, hey, we got 2.1 million here for you in pesos, 40,000 a month in dollars, 50,000 with bonuses. Come play for us. It's an absolute no-brainer. I don't understand why there's even any kind of thought being put into this, other than the fact that the PBA that offers some type of job security for somebody like Kiefer Ravena, who is, by all accounts and by all standards in Philippine basketball, a terrific player. Would you really not? Would you? It's a big variance. It's a tremendous difference. And I believe that the PBA, they really have to stop this thing where they tell players that either you play with us or you're never going to play again. It's sort of that situation where they have a gun to your head. I use this metaphor very loosely. It's like a gun to your head situation where you're either with us or you're against us. And that's the kind of vibe the PBA is sending, which is super outdated. It's just a very old manner of employing people where it's this Filipino habit of, in Tagalog, magpakonsensya, or Bisayas, magpakonsensya. And there's really no English term that I can use for it except other than that one. Like, it's really a situation where if I don't do it, do I have a chance to come back? Ever this thing doesn't work out? But here's what I will say though. Yeah, just pull the trigger. In the words of Homer Sison again on Spin.ph, bite the bullet. 2.1 M. Let's talk about the money first. 2.1 million pesos is a lot of money. And that's on a per month basis. True, you're far from your family. You're going to be there for a while. It is in a place like Japan, but in every sense of the word, your opportunities are a lot greater than they would be in the PBA. Who in the PBA, in the history and the annals of the PBA, who there really has a lot going for them other than the basketball money that they're being paid? Not a lot. Matter of fact, Kiefer Ravena is probably the only person I know of who actually has a legit sports shoe brand deal. Nobody else that is worth noting. I mean, if Terrence Romeo has one, I think Robert Bolick might have one, but none as loud and as praiseworthy as somebody like Kiefer Ravena. So money is not the issue here. Where could it be? In my mind, again, it's just all about job security, and it's all about paying back the favors that people who have so graciously come forward to you and have said, or they're coming forward to you and saying, you sort of owe me. So I want you to play for 3. The deal was 1 conference, now it's 3. It's the most absurd. It's like, and again, the metaphor is perfect by Homer Sison. They have this habit of wanting their cake and eating it too, and actually asking for more than what they really initially bargained for. I'm not sure what kind of leverage, of course, the PBA or NLX has on Kiefer Ravena. Maybe it's something super in the fine print of their contracts. I don't know. But again, if you're a boss and you really want to see your players succeed, and you want them to go to the next level, represent the country, represent yourself, represent the team that you once played for on a higher level or on a higher level of that, wouldn't you want to see them succeed? Wouldn't you want to see them go to another level? Wouldn't you want, and as plain as I can put it, wouldn't you want what's best for these people? And that is for them to take advantage of each and every opportunity that you yourself as an employer cannot give them? That's where this whole dilemma with Kiefer Ravena for me, it's more like a 90-10. 90% take the offer. In Japan, it is just way too much to give up. And even if it doesn't work out, you could be playing in other leagues as an import. SJ Belanghel right now, breaking news, got signed to the Korean Basketball League, becoming the first ever Asian import to play in that league. The opportunities are now endless for people who actually have great skills on the basketball court. And Kiefer Ravena, I don't know what you're doing, but you're a really good player. I don't know if it's, again, a contractual issue in the fine print, or if it's an emotional issue where there's a bit of an attachment, if it's a gun to your head situation, I don't know. But if it is what it is coming out in the press, where it's just pure numbers, and there's a debate with regards to business between NLX, the PBA, the Japanese B League, it's an absolute no-brainer. Do what's best for you in this scenario, because at the end of the day, the only person, and I got this advice from a very trustworthy person that I used to work with when I was in corporate, the only person you can trust is yourself. Trust yourself, make yourself a success, and to anybody and everybody who hates on your decision, make them eat their words. But don't get it twisted, we here in this podcast, we absolutely love Kiefer Ravena and 30 Ravena and everybody else who sees that there are better opportunities elsewhere. So, in our mind, Kiefer Ravena, bite the bullet, take the offer. Even if it doesn't work out in Japan, you could be probably playing elsewhere where the offers are just as lucrative as they would have been in the Philippine Basketball Association. It's a no-brainer. Just do it.